Firestarter! Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. We're back with Power Book 4, Season 1, Episode 3, and you guessed it, this one's called Firestarter. And I got it. I finally realised in this episode who the character is. The woman who Tommy's confronted last episode, and she tried to kill him. It's the woman from the very starter part. It's like, was she ever seen again after? I don't think she was. Of course, she almost gets killed in the elevator. That's why she's got the scar on her face. And then I vividly remember, but that's ages. I mean, that's like season 1, first couple of episodes. And now Tommy and her are going to team up. And she's like, I don't do that white boy shit, mano. So yeah, she's not really into Tommy, but it looks like these two are going to team up. And I was thinking, just a matter of time before Tommy's presence in Chicago gets back to Big Walter. And speaking of Walter, his son gets his crew out of jail here with like a 9,000 bond, and he slips like an extra couple of $100 to the woman there. They get out, and yeah, things aren't too good. And then he talks to the corrupt cop guy. He's like, oh, this is the guy that was in the boxing gym last episode. He's corrupt on all fronts, this guy. Jesus Christ. And he absolutely was. And Tommy and her are sorting out the drugs. Essentially what they're doing, they're cutting them up here, and she comes out like wearing like a wee two-piece thing. She's like, I don't do the white boys, as I've already touched on. It's like, why would she come out dressed like that? I'll tell you why she comes out dressed like that, because you don't get any of the stuff on your clothes, and Tommy's walking about with his big black hoodie on. So yeah, it's quite funny, these two teaming up. It definitely works because Tommy is like such a main character. And she's, I mean, at least they've brought someone back from the original Power show, I guess you could say. They did mention Ghost, which is good seeing. Tommy then arrives with some pizza for JP. And they look at the wall, and it's like, so look, pulled back the wallpaper here, and it was like, looks like we have a wee measuring competition here. So of course that's what was going down. I'm going to assume that JP's older than Tommy, not by much. We then see the brothers. They go to play a wee bit of ball, damn it, and they're still butting heads with each other in this episode, and they literally butt heads later on when they get into a boxing match. And it looks like Gennard loses this one, gives it to his brother, and turns out he actually literally did give it to his brother. That's what they wanted to do. Tommy and the woman with the big, I mean, the scar on her face is ugly. Like, it's mad how that it is so big on her face. But I mean, it does make her. But that's the thing. It's like that in terms of timeline. That has to be a good few years ago. It's like you look at Tommy Flanagan's face, and it's like that happened in real life. So why does that look so much better? Tommy Flanagan's looks badass. It does. It's such like a distinctive feature, man. Honestly, fucking great. But yeah, the two brothers butting heads, as I said, but they're getting filmed. Then we see the Flynn family to sit down, and he's like, right, you, listen, Claudia, you sit down with that businessman, and I don't care if you have to be a wee slut, you get him to fucking back off. We're the ones that pay him, he doesn't pay us. So you just get him stimulated. Alright. But obviously, Big Walter here. I mean, obviously with him potentially dying soon, I don't know why, I'm not too, I get it, he's old, right? And it makes sense for there to be like a power struggle like underneath him, who's going to take the reins, etc. But Tommy Flanagan, man, he's stealing this. He's I really enjoyed Power Book 2 Season 1, but this season so far, the fact it's Tommy, it's like a different city, and you've got Tommy Flanagan. Brilliant. And also I learned a bit about Walter Flynn's character. So apparently he's born in Ireland, but he was raised in Glasgow, which then, makes sense of the voice. I simply thought they were going for a gimmick of, well, you know what? We all sound the same here over in Europe. Oh, us folks that speak English, we all speak the same pitch. No, we don't. Very different accents. The same way, I can clearly, and like I can notice a clear difference between like Boston and New York. I think they did quite a good job of doing that, and essentially what we have next is Christina Rogers, the woman, the bartender. And yeah, Victor, I believe it's Victor Flynn, isn't it? He's patched up her grave, and he kind of confronts her about like being with Tommy and shit. Then we get the big meet. We get Tommy and his new Connect woman, so to speak, and he meets with Flynn and his like right hand man with the mustache. Some really funny dialogue here, but it was good seeing Walter and Tommy meet again. And Tommy Flanagan, man, I don't want to just a man crush on the guy, but you know what, Tommy Flanagan, what a man, what a beautiful, beautiful man for Easterhouse of all places. But anyway, let's talk about what happens next. Essentially, we see Tommy and his son go for a meet with this like drugged out people, and I get it, they're in the drug business, but it seems like the Par loves doing the whole drugged out gimmick, man. This guy's a DJ, and it looks like they're gonna kill him. They're doing, and the guy. It was a funny scene. I mean, I guess it served the purpose. They then sit with Walter, and essentially Walter tells Tommy, "You bring Big Diamond to the table, big man, and we'll have ourselves a deal." And then that's when we get the boxing match, to which Big Jaden let his brother win, supposedly. Even though it didn't look that way, but I guess when he was holding him, he was beat up. I mean, he did. It's not like he took the fall purposely. Whatever. Claudia then meets with the businessman, essentially threatens his daughter here and says, "Right, if you do anything, we know where your daughter goes to school," sort of thing. So she is a bit more serious than what her dad thinks she is, which is quite intriguing, to say the least. Then we get the sit down between the Flynns, Diamond, and Tommy. This was all going relatively alright. Tommy, right, the Flynns get north, you get south, and then Flynn's like, "What happened, brother, when you did that drive-by 20 years ago? Patrick and his wife took about 20 hours to get put together." He's like, "You blame a black man for everything. We all look the same." He was like, "Fucking damn right you do." Then he starts explaining to his son, "If we sell out and get in bed with black, the Albanians, the Greeks, the Polish, they're all going to think we're a black sheep. No pun intended." So, yeah, essentially, Diamond walks out. Really good meet here. Looks like this meet is doing the shitter. We're seeing more like surveillance footage being took of Tommy, but it's like I'm not quite sure who these people are yet. Claudia then pulls over Tommy, basically threatening him here. She's into her own shit though, and then Tommy ends the episode going and getting some of himself of the bartender Gloria, and that's how it ends with a wee zoom out shot of Chicago. So again, I like this episode. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's fairly consistent. What I would say is, it's almost like though with these shows they kind of have to do a lot in the premiere, like to establish it. Especially with this one, at least with Power Book 2, you're already in New York. It didn't have to be an all-out banger, but this one, it's like we had to introduce a whole new city and a whole new host of characters. So really, really enjoying this so far. I just like the dynamic of the Flynn family better than what we've got in Power Book 2 and Monet and co. Maybe that's just because of the man crush on Tommy Flanagan. But anyway, guys, till next time, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.